I'm Mike Gordon. Welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Pokemon Red and Blue for the Game Boy. And while Blue is changing the PC box to box 2, I'm going to show off my two new additions I caught last time, Abra and Mew, as well as the Cascade badge that I won off Misty. I already changed the boxes off screen and even changed the battle style from set to shift off screen in Red, so while Blue's technically ahead, not really. In fact, Red's movements are very clunky compared to Blue's. As you can see here, I'm trying to grab the TM28 which is Thunder Wave. And now I'm going to use this opportunity to change the battle style from set to shift in Pokemon Blue and teleport out of here. And just like that, Red has taken a very slight lead over Blue, but ultimately it's going to depend on who gets done with their catches first. As well as a bit of luck with the trainer battles on Route 25. Having said that, there will come a time where I'm just going to cut a huge chunk of the episode because it's just filler. Me trying to look in vain for the 1%. But for now, I have to battle this hiker. Because I initiated Trainer Fly, I need and all my commands are locked, I need to instigate a trainer battle in which the trainer walks up to me. Otherwise, in order to free up my controls. And what this also means is I will have to do all of this without saving. Luckily, this is all emulated, so no fret here. And I just demonstrated that Squirrel got a critical hit against that Geodude just to prove that Squirrel's still not strong enough to one-shot the rock ground types. However, Squirrel was able to avoid getting hit. Of course, Blue gets a healing elixir. Well, Red will come back for that one later. For now, we're just going to try to get to our first encounter. What will Blue run into? Why, it's a Metapod, one of the commons that I need to catch. I'm going to skip the Red exclusive Oddish and the Red exclusive Bellsprout for now. But meanwhile, Red's first Pokemon is actually also a Metapod. Except this one's rare in Red version, just a 5%. This Pokemon is vulnerable to attack while its shell is soft, exposing its weak and tender body. In both versions, I need to inflict the poison status on Metapod before capturing it, and preferably I don't heal him up. This will come into effect later, and Caterpie in Blue is actually a common, while a 1% encounter in Red. Regardless of which version you go for, Caterpie and Weedle are both found on Route 25 at level 8. And it looks like Red's gonna catch Weedle as well. Its short feet are tipped with suction pads that enable it to tirelessly climb slopes and walls. Often found in forests eating leaves, it has a sharp venomous stinger on its head. And yeah, Red still needs to catch 2 Kakunas, and Blue needs to catch a second Metapod. Now, technically, Red also needs to catch 2 Caterpie, while Blue catches 2 Weedle. However, as I said before, Caterpie in Red and Weedle in Blue are 1% encounters on Route 25. And as such, I'm not gonna bother with catching either one of them. Blue's gotta catch the second Metapod now. So, Blue already has the entire Caterpie line sorted out. We just need to evolve one of the Metapod into Butterfree. That will require just one level up. And Red is about to catch its first Kakuna, while Blue needs to search for its first. Alright, Kakuna was caught. Almost incapable of moving, this Pokemon can only hard its shell. Alright. I sped through that too quickly, but Blue still needs to catch a Kakuna of its own, but never fear, we ran into the second Abra that we need to run into. And already, Red has its second Kakuna all sorted out. After this capture, I'm gonna... And Red... Oh yeah, Red also needs to catch a second Abra as well. So Red only needs a second Abra and Weedle. Blue needs the Weedle and Kakuna. Oh, yeah. No, that's... Red needs the second Abra and the Caterpie. Blue needs the Weedle and Kakuna, both of which are rare. So once Red catches the second Abra, I'm gonna cut down on the length of the grind session. Hey, here's the second Abra. Alright, and I'm just gonna cut ahead to my next capture in either Red or Blue. Probably Blue, and yeah, I had to cut that content out because it's just all filler. It's tedious filler. Just note, however, that I did not power off at all throughout this whole ordeal. And I also need to edit so it synchronizes just outside random encounters, but before the first capture. And Blue's about to catch its Kakuna. All we now have left are the 1% Caterpie in Red and the 1% Weedle in Blue. Almost incapable of moving, this Pokemon can only harden its shell to protect itself from predators. Alright, got the full reading there. So I don't have to worry about reading the text anymore, and there's just the Caterpie in Red and the Weedle in Blue. And I'm not gonna try and capture two of them because they're 1% cap encounters. But Red's beat Blue to the punch, and spoiler, but Red did the same thing in real time as well. So even though I made the cuts to help synchronize the two runs, Red is guaranteed to finish well ahead of Blue here. Yeah, we're Red Caterpie's Pokedex entries, so Red gets to head off and battle the remaining trainers here. And I'm not gonna try RNG manipulating the I want to battle this hiker first because I'm not strong enough, because my other stars are not strong enough to battle that youngster. I want to get Charmander to the last at the end of this route, and in the meantime I'm going to try leveling up, and I have to battle a couple mandatory trainers. I'm going to go for the two hikers that I left out first, so I can fully evolve Squirtle. And Blue's finally gonna catch up and catch the final Weedle. Often found in forest eating leaves. It has a sharp venomous stinger on its head. Alright, and Yeah, I'm gonna try to absolutely manipulate the piss out of Blue so he can catch up with Red. So, because this is a mandatory trainer that none of my other stars can handle super easily, Ivysaur is gonna take this battle. And really, I played this understanding that Red and Blue are very likely gonna finish their captures at different times. So no matter what happened, I was going to make adjustments in one game or the other to try to synchronize these two sessions up. So already Blue is already at the first last, just as Red fished up this battle. Now one of these two trainers is missable, and normally if I was doing minimum battles, I would go for the Juju trainer up top. But here I'm taking the hiker at the bottom, so Squirrel can not only gain some experience, but after this battle, Squirrel's going to evolve. So that's one Geodude down, thanks to a critical hit. Second Geodude down, thanks to a high damage roll. And yes, Squirrel's gonna solo the match shop in both runs. And just like that, Squirrel's level 16 and is about ready to evolve. Fortunately, Squirrel and Blue Squirrel's going to have a hard time with this hiker, as he's unable to one-shot either of his first two Geodudes. With that, Red Squirrel has evolved into Wartortle, and Blue's is soon to follow. And I need to send this to shift because one of the second last's Pokemon is a Pidgey, which Charmander in either game is not strong enough to deal with. So I just have to spam Ember against the first and second Oddish, and an Ivysaur will be the one that takes care of the Pidgey. And now, yeah, Blue's gonna do the same thing and get Charmander ready for the last at the end of the route. And of course, Ivysaur is going to be the one that takes on the Pidgey. After that, Charmander will be able to solo all but one of the remaining trainers. Ivysaur will take care of that one. Gotta use Ember. I need to teach Charmander Mega Punch. Mega Punch wasn't gonna be of much help for this last battle because Charmander literally can't handle. And I actually gotta battle most of these trainers backwards. It's a little faster to do it this way, and for some reason the second to last trainer has lower level Pokemon than the other two trainers that we will be battling along the way. And that being a critical hit with a non-poison Poison Seed. And I'm just gonna spam Ember on the Sandshrew. And I had to remember, oh yeah, I have to battle this youngster in blue. I knew I'd lose too. I had to think long and hard for this, but I just had to waste a potion. So I have to beat this guy. I don't need to grab the Seismic Toss yet, but I will on my way back. It's just why I took enough steps to get the junior trainers away from it. Lair is more important at this stage of the game than Growl, so swapping them out. Oh yeah, the badge boost completely removes the attack. The level up completely erases the badge boost that I got against the Rattata. Now I'm gonna ignore this youngster for now because Ivysaur needs to be the one that fights him. But this youngster here will, the first one on the route, and the second one that we face will be the one that will evolve Charmander to Charmeleon. Alright, getting the badge boost, though it's not going to be of any use to us because we're going to hit level 16 here. Sucks, but it is what it is. Red got hit with the critical hit, so there is so blue is already catching up thanks to some heavy minips to get high damage rolls and critical hits whenever possible, or whenever is necessary. And just like that, Charmander has evolved into Charmeleon. He's done for now. Ivysaur gets to take over. And I purposefully saved this trainer for last because, like the swimmer in Misty's gym, this youngster is gonna be what will ultimately produce our second Mew for us to catch. Yes, we have to catch 2 Mews because we have to trade one of them to the Gen 2 games. And all 3 Gen 1 games have an opportunity to catch 2 of them. Now we're grabbing the Seismic TM28, which is Seismic Toss. there's a hidden ether right here. Hi, I'm a Pokemon. No, I'm not. Call me Bill. I'm a true blue Pokemaniac. Hey, what's that skeptical look? I'm not Josh. You guys screwed up an experiment and got bought in with Pokemon. Help me out here? And this is what I was saying. No, come on, you gotta help. I'm in deep trouble. Please? Alright. And he makes us free him anyways. So even though I accidentally did something stupid that causes me to fall even further behind, Blue will still be able to catch up. Gotta talk to the Bill for the SS ticket. And before we leave, I have to remind myself in red that we have to re-enter and check up the evolutions of this game and add their pages to the Pokedex. And then I forget, oh yeah, I can use an escape rope to get out of here. At this point, Red is barely ahead of Blue. Though in real time, Blue had already outgained. Was definitely about ready to outgain Red here. I was just sloppy with Red, that's all. Like, oh yeah, I need to use teleport here. In both games, Wartortle's gonna be the one that gets Mew damage down. And I play Blue thinking, oh yeah, Wartortle is gonna get Mew into critical health with a single water gun. That's not what happens. In Red, what happened was I got a low roll critical hit. So Blue's still ahead, but not by much anymore. In the end of this episode, Blue's just gonna completely outgain Red because Blue has better strategies than Red does in dealing with the last rocket. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have Ivysaur take the lead here and will be the one that gains all the experience here. None of my other Pokemon are strong enough, so it's for the best I do this. Critical hit Vine Whip, which was entirely manipulated. And Blue is gonna score a pair of critical hits on Drowsy and not take any damage. Hypnosis miss, and one last Vine Whip with critical hit for insurance sake. Whereas Red is gonna just swap them out and try to wheel Drowsy down with Charmeleon. Luckily, it was Scratch that got disabled. And Blue's already done. And I'm gonna read the Pokedex entries for Charmeleon and Wartortle. When it swings its burning tail, it elevates the temperature to unbearably high levels. Often hides in water to stalk unwary prey. For swimming fast, it moves its ear to maintain balance. So, after Red finishes the spell, I'm gonna save and end the episode here. So, just a heads up, if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. With all out of the way, after Professor Oak's message, this is Mike Gordon sign out.